But I just want to make this clear. In case anything happens to me, I love my kids very much and I did everything I was supposed to. I went voluntarily to the hospitals, did my case plan voluntarily. They still complained about it. They went to court and actually complained about me doing things voluntarily. We had Miss Maria Rogers, who was the attorney on that case, that also addressed the court with why is it an issue or why they keep bringing up Miss Williams doing things voluntarily. You know, DCF, they like to make up things to make you look like a really horrible parent. And I'm glad that I have other people. And when I say other people, I don't mean next door neighbors. I don't mean people that you see every day. I mean professionals, licensed therapists, psychiatrists, you know, nurses, nutritionists, whoever the hell they are that have license to work are constantly saying, you know, they're painting this picture like you're this horrible mom, but they do not know that when you was a child, you was born with cocaine in your blood and you had to detox from it. There are no legal doctors to detox someone from cocaine or heroin. They might have medicine, weed, liquor, and all that stuff, but cocaine is a very horrible drug. And my mother was arrested for child abuse. My father beat my mom. I went through a lot, and the court doesn't see that. The court just sees whatever the hell they give, their percent of what they give. They do not give and say what Miss Williams is going through and what she suffers from. Oh, well, we're going to try to give her therapy, but we're going to tell the therapist what they need to work on. The therapist is going to do their own evaluation and they're going to determine what is the real root of the problem. Where's that problem coming from? Not because the court says she likes wearing purple hair and blue clothes and she looks weird, or the sky is blue but the grass is pink and purple and I can't find to understand, and the judge is supposed to sit there and believe everything. Their system is fucked up, and that's why I have a lawsuit pending against them for $2 million. And let me tell you why 2 million. The court was for 1 year. I finished my case plan in less than one fucking year. The evaluation came back, had a caseworker named Miss Chiquita Williams who refused to go through that evaluation with me, and had what is her name? Lisa Dawson, the attorney on that case. They contacted Miss Chiquita Williams, who was once with the department, and told them that as a caseworker, you're supposed to go through this with Miss Williams, her case plan. I only go through Miss Williams with legal things. After my caseworker was told that, then she got on it. They try to put me in a crazy hospital for a year, but yet they do not have license to even transport parents. But they were trying to put me in a hospital for a whole fucking year. A whole fucking year. And these people stood there and said, Mother studied witchcraft. Mother's a voodoo witch. And then I had Miss Lovely Quisenberry, who is related to African American people, who filed motion for me making a comment towards what I think in one Pacific incident of those African American people withdrew herself from the case, will file to withdraw, then took it back, then file again for a personal matter, but had to say something in order for the case to fall in her favor, because that's what they do. If you are in the legal system, you will understand what I'm talking about. If you are an attorney, you will understand what I'm talking about. I am representing myself. And really, it is not fucking easy, guys. It is not easy. It's horrible. It is. I heard you got to stand in front of the judge from different lawyers to even see who's going to get the pay. You got to go by the judge's uh the clock. I mean, I'm booked out for days. I got to cancel this person, and I'm hearing these lawyers who are representing me complain about the judge. Why are you on my phone on the other side complaining about the judge instead of giving me what I need? You're on the phone with me Prepare me for my next court hearing. Do not complain to me about the judge. I have nothing to do with that. You picked your career. You went to college and paid for that. You went there and spent all those days and nights and weekends studying to become a lawyer. And now you're complaining about how it is. Quit. Motherfucker, quit. Find another fucking job. If you're upset about representing somebody, find another motherfucking job. Because not too many people are going to sit there and continue to have good reputation by a lawyer who wants to fucking retire already. And I don't know what my next step is. That's not our issue. My issue is when you call me and you're on my case, you're going to call me to discuss what the fuck you're calling me about my case for. Not about, I have like 8 cases this week, and I might have to, throw someone's case to another date. And I voluntarily told him, and we're talking about Joe Anthony calling me on the weekends when he first was assigned on the case by Christopher First, Judge Furby, who was the first judge on this case. And he's like, to shut him down, I said, okay, well, I'm working out. I'm a fat bitch. I'm working out. So he was calling me on the weekend. I was a little confused, but I guess that's when he was available. So I just told him, look, long story short, cancel my hearing, move it into another day. He was like, really? You would do that for me? Does that not bother you? It does bother me because I don't know if the judge is going to be in the same move that other day or this day. I don't know what's going on in court. You know better than me. But other than that, you sound very frustrated right now. And I'm not your personal friend or your wife or your girlfriend. I am your client that you were quarter assigned to me by the court to represent me in my case. Not to call me and discuss how you have so many cases and the judge doesn't care about nothing but themselves. I can't be in silence anymore on my case. I'm exposing everyone and everything. And I'm not making it up. I got the text messages from him saying I'm booked up with court cases and I just can't take it anymore. Or flirting over the phone, or accidentally saw the nipple on my dress because I was in a car with one of the caregivers going from St. Augustine all the way back to Palaca. And I lost balance in the car when we bumped into something and my dress button popped open and he saw the eyeball that God gave me. So therefore, I don't know what to say. But I'm not going to sit here and keep being discriminated that I'm not a good mom. I've done more than what they gave me. They gave me 7 things to do on my case plan. I ended up doing at least 30 things on my own. Going to hospitals, getting psych evaluations, giving them copies of my court papers that said I need to be 302 for 100 for what? More than 100 hours, that I need to be 302 for a whole year. And those doctors looked at me and said, what? And I showed it to them. And some of those doctors looked at it and said, okay, fine. Boop. They put it in their drawer and said, you know what? We will still give you our own evaluation because that is the law. And we will keep this in our drawer in case we got to go back and look at it to see if maybe, okay, we give you our own psych evaluation and then you start tripping and we didn't see that at first. We can always go back to that court evaluation and see. But no, that's not what Dana Baker wanted. The attorney of the children or the DCF department, they wanted them to go by what they said. They didn't care about the doctor's law, the HIPAA policy. They didn't care about what the fuck happened. They just went and did whatever fuck they want to do on my case and said, we don't give a fuck about her rights. We just gonna violate all of them. They called me fat. They said that everything I suffered was my fault. How is it my fault when my mother was arrested for child abuse? No one goes to jail for no reason. If it's a mistake, they let you go. But if they have evidence, I have bruises all over me. I had things that fucking happened to me that were fucking terrible. I can't even talk about it without getting fucking emotional. The bottom line is, that this department, instead of looking at a person who did things to hurt children, but I was raped by my stepdad, right? And I kept it quiet so that my mom can have a marriage, because she was married so many times. I was tired. I was so tired of seeing different figures in my life. And this man played the perfect picture until a week before my mother's marriage. And everything was set up. And I saw my mom get so happy decorating and ordering cakes that I said, Mom, everybody knew what happened except for my brothers, because they know how my brothers do. And to keep my mother happy, everybody shut the fuck up. It turned out to be a nightmare. Selling drugs, drinking. He cheated on my mom, beat on everybody. We sat there. And all I ever wanted was my mother to be happy and for me to be happy. And then I come to Florida with no family, no friends, somewhere I never been in. And my neighbors, if they were on this video, they will vouch. They will tell you that's the truth. To have DCF come and take my kids, then on top of that, I was raped right before they took it, which that case was handled by the police department here in Palaca, Florida. And it was hard, but I love my baby because it's not her fault. And to have them come and take my kids after 4 hours of fighting, this lady looked at me and said, your kids should be gone for 14 days. You can get them back in 60 days. It turned into a year. I had to wait for my evaluation to come back. It took a couple of months. And I'm not perfect. I made mistakes on the case. But the thing is, I tried and I tried and I kept trying. I've never, bro, Lord, sweet Jesus, they have accused me of drinking rotten blood, being possessed by a demon. I'm overweight. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with me being fat? Are you saying that because I'm overweight, I'm not allowed to have fun? I'm not allowed to wear makeup. I'm not allowed to brush my hair. I'm not allowed to be a mother. I'm not allowed to do or be anything I want to because one person had an opinion about me and it completely changed my whole entire case. To the point where I was making myself throw up every time I ate just to lose weight. Just to lose weight. And I will walk and walk and walk to a lot of places just so that I can lose weight, and I will put my walls down and satisfy other people in court. They're talking about emotions. Are you trying to teach me a lesson so that I won't raise my hand and hit my children? You're not understanding that there is pain. You took my kids and you expect me to have this brain like click. Stop acting up so you can get your kids back. Honey, I never had my kids taken from me. We were homeless. We were homeless so many times, but I managed to put my life together and save my money. And I moved away. I moved far away from the abuse. And I tried to start my life over again in Florida. I tried to be the best mom I can. And these people came and they snatched up my kids and they made me look horrible. And I sat in my home like I am today. And I cry and I cry and I cry and I cry. And I was at first, yes ma'am, no ma'am, polite, being so nice. To the point where now There's no nice. I made threats. I'm angry. My new therapist, finally understands where it is. And I wish I found her years ago. But I was also afraid because I thought that I was crazy. Crazy for getting therapy, crazy for being on medication. My mother put that in my head. And all she wanted was a disability check. She wanted to use our money. She did. But when she was a mother, she was a great mother. But my mother did things to me that she said, you will never be a good mom. And when DCF took my kids, I carry that shit. I still carry that shit today. You guys took something that I only had, and I promised my kids I will never let no one take them away from me. They won't go missing. I will fucking walk the desert if I have to find my kids. Swim in the deepest ocean. I don't give a fuck if I make it or not. At least I tried. Tell me I ain't a good mom because I hit them in a way that it was too hard, but I did not mean it. I was punishing them for bad things they were doing, for spitting on me, for throwing stuff at me. My kids did things and I sat there like, oh my God, like stop. And I will walk to another room and they will follow me, they will pull on me, and then they will kick the floor and do stuff. And I just like lost it. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person. That doesn't mean I'm a bad mom. It just means that I did not have the services that I had today. I did most of the stuff myself. Why is it that the court system builds this thing instead of scaring people? You teach somebody a lesson, but to break them down is not teaching them. So I started making death threats. I would kill myself and I would kill them and all that stuff, and I'm gonna get you. And it's just like now it's in my head. If I don't get my kids back, that's going to happen because of everything they put in my mind. I'm not good enough for a program. I get the records. I'm not good enough for this. I signed a record release form. She tells me she doesn't get the records. I signed it up to a year. It's not good. Sign it again. The department is so tired of hearing about my caseworker that a lot of people told me I needed a different caseworker. Well, since she's the department's caseworker, she feels no need to assign another caseworker and she won't get off. She manipulates. It doesn't matter. I'm out of options. I'm making this video for you guys to know. Having DCF in your life is not a joke. They want to reunite me with my children, but they filed a TPR. And in case you don't know what that means, it means determination of potential rights. What the fuck? When I heard that word and I heard they want to change the goal to adoption, I started crying in front of the fucking judge, in front of everybody. And I asked for an empty courtroom. People laugh at me when I talk. People laugh when they read these text messages out loud. So I had no choice to file a judge's complaint. It doesn't matter. I went into detox myself. My caseworker did not find these services for me. I did. It does not matter. These people have broke me to the point where I'm so ready to go. Like if the world was to end right now, I always said it. Let me hug my kids. Let me hug them and kiss them. Play with their little nose and rub their hair. Let me say goodbye to them and they know. They will know that mommy's hurt and they will know something is happening. I tried to hide it by wearing makeup and I tried to hide it by not showing my kids, but my kids always look at me and say, Mommy, you're sad. And when we have our visits, either in person or on video, my kids look at me and they know. You can't hide shit from your kids. You can't hide nothing from your kids. Kids have feelings. They have feelings. And I know they have feelings, but I swear, I take a lie detector test. I did not abuse my kids. I did not abuse them. I may have hit them in a way where it wasn't acceptable, but I did not abuse them. I've been through abuse. I know what it is. I know what it is. I have heart problems and I have other stuff, but I'm not crazy. I always love my kids. I always love my children. And these people go to court and they talk and they talk and they talk and they talk. But they don't see how I look when not saying that I'm like Jeepers Creepers, but without makeup, you can see I'm not sleeping. You can see I'm in fucking pain. I go to court like that and they're gonna be like, oh damn. We can see the emotion now. When I told the judge about my daughter's appointment, how she wanted me there, she told him you may not see the emotion, but you can hear it, you can think. Court is not about emotion, they deal with paperwork. They don't deal with she say, he say, but they do it all the time. Anybody can stand in front of the judge and say, she smacked me this day and this person, and then be like, they're supposed to believe it. That's not how it's supposed to work. Then on top of that, you have people calling cops on you, killing one another, saying all of these things. And they expect you not to be hurt. No consequences. I don't want to hear that my kids will never come back to me. I don't want to get a goodbye visit. I don't want to. What mother wants to hear that they're not going to see their children again? That you get one goodbye visit by the visitation department and then they're gone forever. You have to sign either a 15-day or something, or your rights have been taken away. And they be like, the way you talking, you don't get them, but I had this baby from a rape man. I could have had an abortion. I bought everything for her. I had everything for her. And they took her, and she was on my breast. And they snatched her, and my chest was open, and I was bleeding everywhere, and I couldn't run. And I was embarrassed, and there was cops in the room and nurses, and I didn't even get to say goodbye to my daughter. And she was so tiny. She's so beautiful. It hurts because I know that I'm not 100% African American. But these are white folks taking my kids, my babies. They took my babies. And I'm sitting there like, what? Mother is an African American Latina that doesn't deserve this, that doesn't deserve that. She can't speak proper English. She can't do none of that. It's like, when is it going to stop, bro? When is it going to stop? It's 2022. When are we going to stop this? I'm better than you because you're black and I'm white and I'm red boned and I'm Chinese and I'm this. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, we all have fucking feelings. And we all deserve to have our kids. When is it going to fucking stop? When are you guys going to fucking give me my kids? When are these people going to look at me and say, it doesn't matter, she can't talk right and she doesn't have a car? That doesn't mean she can't take care of her kids. I got a 13-year-old, tomorrow's her birthday, and she's not the fuck with me. Okay? I know I haven't been perfect on the case, but what the fuck? Like, I'm tired. My next court date is on April the 14th. I believe 1:30. I'm so tired. I'm tired of suffering, man. I'm telling you, I put it on right. I smell good, stay clean, look beautiful, long hair, green eyes, everything. But they don't know that when I'm like this at home, it's hard because their rooms are still there. And I have a roof over my head and I work. And I stay with food in the house and I don't want to eat by choice. I'm so fucking sad that it's hard for me to eat. Carrying a baby, I will force the meal so that the baby don't die. But tell me how you take care of a pregnancy so fucking well and they still include you to be a bad mother. How? I didn't drink or smoke during the pregnancy. I didn't do anything. And if I found out I was pregnant and all that, I would take care of the baby. The bottom line is, I did what they asked me to do, and they still find a problem. They don't like the way I talk. They don't like the way I act. I don't like you, but I still work with you. I still do what you tell me to do. I don't like your face, and I have to look at you when you talk to me. I don't like you, and I still listen to you when you talk to me. It's respect. They have broken me down to the point where I don't even want to cooperate. But I don't want to walk away from my case because it's walking away from my kids. But it's already going to trial, with all the threats, it's already going, and everybody is just like, man, these people just don't want to give you your kids because you do everything. Even though you make threats and you do stuff, it's like they still let you see your kids. They could have just said, no, you're not allowed to have any, contact with them on video, in person, letters, or anything. They still let you. It is bad what they did to me. And I want justice. I feel like this case is killing me. I feel like it's killing me. And they're like, oh, you're not perfect. You done things. Yes, that's why I just said I haven't been perfect. I'm woman enough to admit my mistakes, but I'm not going to sit and keep trying to satisfy them when everything I do is not good enough for them. I'm afraid I'm gonna get a brand new car with my tax money, and they're gonna say, well, let me see how many seats she got in that car since she got all those kids. Let me see what kind of year car she's driving, what color it is. Let me see what kind of music she listens to. Honey, I play the violin and the piano. I wear very small earrings. I don't wear nothing big. I don't have crazy colors on my hair or crazy nails, because they call it erotic ghetto behavior, you know? And it's like, I just want to just let you guys know that it doesn't matter what they say. Everybody deserves to have their children unless you are really doing really, really bad things to your kids, like raping them, selling them, traffic sales, all of that nasty stuff, sticking drugs in their arms. I didn't do none of that. All I did was hit them every time they did something bad. And they're talking about I hit them like just on a regular basis. Like I just walk up and went boom. No, every time my son spit on me or he punches me when I was playing with his little sister, I had to hit him to show him that it's not okay to hit a woman in the belly. It's not okay to punch your mother. It is not okay to do these things. And they keep saying that I abuse my kids. Do you not see what I'm saying? I'm so fucking tired of it. I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm so tired of suffering. If you get this video, please share this video. I know you can't see me, but I lay here in the dark on my fucking back, trying to relax my body. And my brain is spinning, and spinning because I keep reading documents and documents and documents and documents. I'm fucking tired. I am fucking tired. Doesn't matter if I was representing myself or not. I will still get a lawyer, still gonna forward the fucking documents to me. That lawyer's still gonna say things about that. Oh, I have to forward this to you. I want you to look at it, but don't let this destroy your life or your day. Keep continuing on with your day. Use your medical tools. I was so happy when I saw the judge and she was a female. I said, man, I know she's got to have a baby and she doesn't. And she will have feelings because she's a mom or she's a woman. Word on the street, she's a really good judge, but I'm afraid I ruined that for myself. This is my YouTube channel and I'm allowed to record anything I want. And these people come on here and stalk me and use my videos against me. I don't care anymore. Use whatever you want. I'm so tired. I'm going through so much. I'm literally fucking tired. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I just want my kids home. I don't care about going into a detox facility. I don't give a fuck about that. I can do that and still be a mom. But when somebody says we're going to take your kids away from you and you won't even be able to fucking smile at your kids, that's fucking painful. Or when you have a fucking caregiver telling your 13-year-old daughter not to tell your mom that you love her, or you got people lying and then writing down the wrong fucking what is it called, birthday date, don't even know. It's too painful. It's too painful. It's too painful. Pain it or not, you'll lose your fucking baby dealing with a fucking court like this, and I understand. But I did a lot, and I'm not getting any fucking credits for it. And I've been saying this shit from day one. From day one. They pushing me too far. They keep pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And one day I said I was going to walk away, and this motherfucker showed up to the screen. She smiled when the judge turned my camera on. She said, I heard that Miss Williams have walked away from the case. It's like that bitch was happy that I walked away from the case. She was happy that I was about to. And I showed up and I said, no, bitch, I didn't walk away. I'm sitting right here. Like, what the fuck is so funny? I was staring at her like, bitch, if you was in my face with that energy, you know what I mean? And then they just be like, you're not supposed to feel no type of way. You're not supposed to, you know, get angry, make any threats. Bitch, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When you disrespect somebody, you gotta expect somebody's reaction. And when you say something wrong about somebody, you gotta expect that person to correct you. And when you do something to somebody, you gotta expect some um discipline, some consequences. Me, even though I hit my son when I was scared because he was punching me in my belly, telling me he was sweat, peed on himself when I was sleeping. I was pregnant. I was laying on my back. I was like 5.5 months pregnant or 6 months. And I thought it was my attacker. And I woke up and it was my son. And my daughter turned on the light. When I realized it was my son, I dropped it. I dropped everything I had on me. He ran between my legs. At this point, I was sitting up on the bed. And he hugged me. He said, it's me, mommy. I'm sorry I scared you. And I hugged my son. And I looked up and I said, why did you not turn on the light? Why did you not tell me that it's me? Why could you not tickle my hair? Why could you not tickle my face? put him on the bus. I did not put no makeup on him, no nothing. I put him on the bus. The scar did not show. And later on in the afternoon, it showed, and the teacher reported it. To this day, the teacher said, I did not want them to take your kids from you. I just wanted them to give you programs to help you with your kids because I know that what you went through was very painful. Your rape and your stress and everything from your family. And I sat there over the phone, over the phone with this lady. I sat there and I cried. And I told her, I hope you're happy they took them. She was like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I never want to see a mother lose her children. No, ma'am. Trust me. I got nieces who lost their kids, and I sit there and I begged them to give them back. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to beg the court now. I will never forget my kids running around my apartment. I will never forget my children being home. I miss them so much. My son said, Mommy, it's my fault. His sister says, it's your fault. You're always lying. And I'm like, guys, please stop. It's my fault. I should never hit him like that, but I didn't know it was him. But before that incident, what was I doing? I was not abusing them. I hit them, but I thought that it was like when when someone gets on your nerves and you hit them to get them to stop what they were doing. I did not have any mother train, you know, from being raped as a child and having people look at you and say, you're a little girl, huh? And you having a baby. And then my mother sat there in prison, didn't care. I didn't have a mom. I was raised by a father and put me out to cut grass and everything. Almost lost my baby, and then my baby was taken from me and sold. It was given, done. Have an older child. Babies are a gift from angel, from God, but then they're looking at me like she's evil. She's an evil mom. I'm not an evil mom. I'm a mother who was tortured and abused and manipulated. And I tried to be honest with the court and honestly got me in the fuck trouble. And I'm not changing who I am to satisfy anybody else. My son said, Mommy, when am I going to come home? They're using that against me. Mommy, you know, when when will I be okay at home? Because he's saying like he's been in foster care for so long that he feels like he's never going to come home. But every time I try to be honest with myself, it doesn't happen. So I started doing drugs and drinking. I was like, damn, the only thing I'm fucking good at, fucking up my life. Instead of getting these people to say, hey, Eric, I'm just checking on you. Don't do that. Don't do that. They judge me. You know what I mean? They judge me and it hurts me. Bottom line is, I love my kids and I want them home. And this is not about winning and losing. This is me. I love my kids and I want them home because I learned so much. Their rooms are different. People are saying your house is different to how it was when I first got here. There was like packages in the way. There was a whole bunch of stuff. And I just had like a regular home. I just had like a home, like you could tell I just moved in. Now it's like, bam. You could see pictures of me before. Can't have my hair done. Barely have my makeup done. You know, always had time for the kids. I was so tired. And now that the kids are taken, I'm all of a sudden got time to do my hair, do my makeup and stuff. I didn't have that before. So obviously you could tell I didn't have no fucking time to my fucking self. But people are quick to judge and not see the effect, my pain inside. You think I'm going to jump up and down if the judge says, I want you to have your kids back, and she says, return those children? I'm not going to throw it in their face. I'm going to take that and learn from it and make sure that my kids will never get taken from me again. Because I know one thing. I don't want to read papers or hear or get a phone call that you got to do a goodbye visit. Because I'm really going to hurt myself. I'm not going to sit here at home and think that I'm supposed to wait to get an appeal. Bug the shit out of my lawyer. Bug the shit out of phones. No. People don't heal when you want them to heal. They heal when the time is come. It's time for you to heal. I lost my mom, then my brother. Going to my mom's memorial, he got hit by a trash truck and had a little bit of blood in his brain. Then my sister committed suicide because she wanted to be with my mom. And I never got in contact with her again. I have no idea how is that supposed to happen. You kill yourself and you're supposed to meet somebody in a spiritual world. I don't know. Then you have my sister of cancer, and it's off life support. My mom deaf. I think somebody pulled her life support thing off. She was on machine. They were waiting for me. I didn't even get to touch my mother again. I saw her on video dead. And I still have a screenshot. Dead. Her eye turned his way. Dead. Gone. And people tell me, how can you cry for your mom? She was her motherfucker. She's my mother. She's my mother. And there were days. There were days when my mama was the best mom. We'd go to the beach. She'll make pancakes. My mother would teach me how to cook and clean. And even though she was rough, she was being a fucking mom. She had a beautiful home. My mom's house was clean. That's one thing she didn't play with. She didn't play with people just popping up at her door, talking over her, pointing the face on her face, pointing the finger in her face. She was like, Doug, I fucking got mom. There was drugs, there was shit going on, but we did what we did. I starved. She didn't feed me. I was always eating leftover and stuff, but I was always the child that always succeeded, went through school, did everything. My sisters were even jealous of me. But my mom, I'm not going to sit here and just say she did this, she did that. My dad did too. My dad abused me and abused my sister. I saw beatings and stuff. My dad stabbed my mother in the stomach when she was pregnant with me because she told him that I was a boy and he wanted a girl. And when I was born, he was crying and asking for forgiveness because he could have killed me when he stabbed her with a screwdriver. He did it again when she had a C-section with my other brother and her guts could have just flew out of her body. I went through a lot in my life. A lot in my life. For me to just sit in a courtroom and be like, okay, the case is going to TPR. Yeah. Good luck with that. I asked for the kids to be present in court, and it's like they have an issue with that. Why? Why? Where's my rights on this case? Guys, just share this auto, video, whatever you want to call it. You're not the only one out there going through this. I need help. I don't have the money to afford a really expensive lawyer. I probably will never get one. I was given a public defender that, girl, they fucking here, they know what the fuck to do. Subpoenaing people out of my pocket is not fair. It is just not fair. So please, share this video. And if the stalkers report this video, I will go to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all type of fucking social media. I don't care. My story will be heard. Please, if you're a mom or a father,
A single fathers, they get it too. People who went through divorce and separation of their children. Anybody who you're being separated from somebody who you love, you need to share this video and let's say you ain't the only one out there. We can help each other. It don't matter. If we need to scream, cry, I don't care. If we need to meet halfway, we need to try to change the system. Discriminating someone does not mean that they cannot be a parent. They never even offered me parenting classes. I took it on my own. They put me to anger management. Got that one. Took parenting classes. Did not sign on once but twice. And they still not happy. Did everything. Proof of income, everything. They're so focusing on me when we went to court. One time the judge even said it. I'm having problems with the department. They keep focusing on Miss Williams. The focus should be on the children and what's best for the children. And the only reason why Miss Williams is part of this is to see if we can help her with services. And here they go, focusing on me again. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I hurt my kid, but that was a long time fucking ago. I was a long time ago. And I made threats, but that doesn't matter. I didn't do anything towards those threats. I didn't commit those threats. I just learned that I have psychiatry, psychotic dysfunctional language. That means when someone says something out of anger and they don't know how to just not say that. My therapist just said that's it. And I thought psychotic mean like you crazy for everything. She's like, no, it's just how the doctors have titled that type of behavior. That doesn't mean that you're psychotic. The lady was saying in court, one of the guardian of light and one of the attorneys, and the judge was telling her, please don't. She was like, I'm just saying there's psychotic behavior. It's like the judge was telling you to shut up for a reason. Now I'm hurt. I have no choice. I filed the judge's complaint now. That is your courtroom. You allowing the behavior to happen. That is your problem. I don't want to hear it no more. I just don't. I just want to say I love my kids and I'm very sorry to all my children for putting you to this. Because, this is her. I wish you was here. It's raining outside. We could have been watching a movie, eating and drinking hot cocoa, playing cartoons, and me playing teacup with the baby. Mommy will see you. Mommy will see you soon. I promise. I won't stop fighting to your home with me for good. For good. And I don't care if they even come in my home. I don't care if they stay involved. As long as I have my babies that God gave me, my babies, my angels, I will be happy. I would be so happy. Thank you guys, and I hope this video goes out there. I hope this touches, and I hope that this can be heard by people. And these people crazy. What a way to help someone while breaking them down. Thank you guys.